This was a huge story yesterday in the UK, where basically Boris Johnson said he would allow parts of the 5G network to be built by Huawei. How much, or what are we expecting the EU to say today?
That's right, Francine, and it's also a big decision here for the European Union because we're talking about 27 countries. And we understand the European Commission will tell member states that they should be in a position to restrict the access to some suppliers if they do feel that they are too risky for national security, and perhaps in some cases even consider banning them. But what is key here is that we actually understand there will be no specific mention or reference to either China or Huawei. So that leaves the door open for Huawei to participate in the 5G rollout here in Europe. Now, this is not just a technology story for the European Union. It's also about trade. It's about the geopolitics. They do feel they're caught in a Cold War between China and the U.S. We know U.S. officials have really ramped up pressure on the European Union to ditch Huawei. The U.S. saying that the Europeans are naive. They don't really understand that this company is a proxy for the Chinese government. Of course, the Chinese deny this, and they say that if Europeans do not give Chinese companies fair access, there could be retaliation. That is, of course, very problematic for the Germans in particular because they have a very strong trade relationship with the Chinese. Now, in terms of today, the EU does hope that the language is vague enough to keep everyone happy. And of course, we will be speaking to Commissioner Margrethe Vestager later today. That is a very interesting interview on a day like today.